Air of glory.
Yes.
All
you
right.
are.
Sure.
And we
This can
are
only go well.
back. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around, folks, as my computer decided to hit a blue screen of death right in the middle of a moment, which is so typical. Anyway, so before we crapped out, you were rolling some initiative checks to see how quick and speedy y'all were. So what do we got? Bliss?
17.
17?
19.
19? Lorha?
12.
12? Okay. Welch?
I rolled a natural 1.
Ooh, bring it down the group average hard.
Plus 2 is a 3.
Excellent.
God.
All right, and the troglodytes are actually pretty speedy.
Great.
So what happens is you go charging up the tunnel. They're coming down, and you get almost to this sort of T-junction with a tunnel that is like splitting off and going sort of northeast, and like maybe it circles back around somewhere. When the leading edge of troglodytes hit it at sort of the same time. So not all 18, because of course rounds are, we only got 6 seconds or so.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get through, but you're probably going to have to push your way through, let's say about 6 of the troglodytes that are sort of like, the first third of them basically hit like the leading wave.
So look like I'm real good at pushing, so we gonna push.
So just 1 second. So depending on what you choose to do, you can do something to try and get by them, and they might just attack you, but you carry on running through. You can engage with them. But like the next groups of troglodytes are basically going to be arriving sort of like every round after the first.
How wide is the tunnel we're in right now?
They're like, the tunnels are standard about 10 feet wide or so.
So it's not like we would be able to just kind of create a funnel.
I mean, like 2 people can sort of control a tunnel.
Okay, I'm gonna like walk sort of in front of the group, and you see that out of her pouch she takes out like this some feathers, and she's gonna like start speaking to them, and she's going to cast Wind Wall.
All right, perfect.
So you see her move her hand, and across it you see all of this wind begin to form, and she wants to split the group. So she's hoping to grab the first 6 that are coming out and then put the wall behind them at the front of the cavern, so the rest will hit this wind wall.
Okay, so yeah, so I'm sort of imagining we're in a bit of a tunnel with like a T intersection, and your guys are essentially arriving, the 6 of them and you are arriving in this like T intersection roughly the same time. So you basically want to put the wind wall behind, like on the other side of them, blocking off the rest of the tunnel, right?
Yes, but it's a 50-foot long, it's 50 feet long. So, and I can shape it however I want. Would it be possible to have it curve back around to also keep the aboleth just away from us? Are they still in are we in that same cavern?
No, you're up in the tunnel now.
So we've gone away from that.
That's right. You've gone away from that cavern.
Okay, never mind then. So I'm gonna kind of like, I'm gonna at least sort of, so if the tunnel,
how wide is the wall?
It's you mean like its depth?
Yeah.
It's 1 foot thick by 15 feet high and 50 feet long.
Okay, because you could basically like block off and then curve it down the tunnel sort of in behind you, and then you can totally still do that. I kind of want
to like encase us in this.
In a bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
okay, cool.
So the other thing is that each creature within its area will need to make strength saving throws.
Okay.
So would it be possible for me to throw it down just as they're passing through, so they'd get hit by this as they're running through it?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Yep. So the DC is 16.
16, and it's a strength save?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh, buddy.
All right. So 2 pass and 4 do not.
Excellent.
Wow.
Okay, so let me roll this. No, memento. So it's 11 bludgeoning and then half for those who succeeded.
Okay.
And this lasts 1 minute, and any projectiles that get launched through get automatically deflected upwards and miss.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that'll be the top of the round. And why doesn't everyone else? Everyone roll initiative just to see who comes next. All right. Bliss.
9.
Theodora. I can't because it's partially off my screen too. So
That's fine. It's an 8.
8. Okay, great. All right. Lorha.
16.
Wow.
Okay, and Welch.
7. You got 7, 8, 9.
9.
9.
All right, that worked out well because for Laura to just be at the top of that round with the wind wall, poof, comes up. The 2 troglodytes that are caught in it look real bad, and even the other ones that get like sort of knocked ahead by the bludgeoning wind wall do not look in great shape. Like they took a pretty solid hit from the bludgeoning damage. And it's their turn. And sort of they just like the 4 of them kind of swarm into the group of you. So everyone's pretty close to at least 1 troglodyte. I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Oh boy.
Superb.
Hey, there we go. Finally picked back up.
All right. Did anyone get lower than a 12?
Yep.
I got a
Okay.
12 exactly.
12 passes. So Bliss is the only one affected. So Bliss, you are currently poisoned.
Oh,
That's a natural 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until the
Good.
start of the troglodyte's next turn.
I'm so glad.
So the 2 that are caught in the wind wall, they get like actually caught by the wind wall. Is that right? Emma?
That it doesn't actually
Steady
specify
still.
that, so that would be
Okay, so they just get sort of knocked.
they can
They get
pass
knocked
through
around.
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
They can pass. Or wait.
As long as they're not small or
Yeah, if they're small,
No,
then they
they're
cannot
medium.
pass through the wall. Yeah, so they
Okay.
they don't. They just get kind of. It looks like they just get kind of pushed around.
Okay, so the 6 of them charge in. 4 of them are going to distribute, just like there is 4 of you. And then there's definitely going to be an extra one that goes on Theodora, because Theodora is like obviously the fighter.
Then is there room for that? Like you said, it's a quite narrow tunnel.
It's 10 feet wide. Like any individual person can only control like 5 feet. It's basically just running into a group melee, because like you're not all packed in a line. You're kind of distributed around, right?
Okay.
Right.
So it's tight quarters, but it's yeah.
So like if all 18 were here at once, they wouldn't all be able to attack us necessarily.
That's right. Yeah.
Tight quarters.
Exactly. And I think one of them is also gonna double up on the big elephant, because the big elephant looks like a threat.
Because the big elephant royally messed their shit up.
It's always my goal to look like a threat. So
Boom!
Yeah. And the elephant, like you're big, right? So
I'm
you're
very
physically
big.
imposing. You also just did something. God damn it.
That would be unfortunate.
Oh, there we go. Sorry.
Okay. Oh,
No, it was just Zoom. Zoom
Okay.
froze there for a second. I
It
know. I
couldn't
thought it was
handle my
doing it
pun
again,
game.
and I was like, "Oh, it's waited too long, and my computer is still responsive." So,
Uh,
but I was here on
Nice.
stream just doing this like for a little bit.
my dog knows there's a fight going on. She's like leaned in, her ears are up.
Oh.
All right. So the two that charge on Lorha, yeah, they each make 3 attacks.
Yeah, try me,
Alright.
kids. Let's see if you can hit me first.
Yeah. All right.
Oh yeah, because you have a
Fear,
constitution.
fear.
So,
I have-
so we had a 15 and a 16 to hit
Nope.
from one,
Nope.
and then
Thick.
a 20 something.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and then the other one that's a 20 something,
Yeah.
a natural 1, and a 17.
Nope.
All right, so we've got 2 hits, and they're 4 each, so it's 8 points of damage
Oh.
between the two of them. All right, and on not Lorha, on Theodora. Let's see, we've got 15 is the highest there, which I think won't hit. But then the next one is a 22.
Yeah, that hit.
And then from the other one, does a 19 hit?
No.
Nope. And okay, so just the one hit, so it's 4 points of slashing damage.
So that's 1 point of slashing damage.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, nice.
All right. And then on the other two, let's see. Well, I think even an 8 won't hit Bliss.
Yay.
but then a 23. So that'll be 4 points.
Let me double check. Let's see. Yeah, that hits. And it takes 10 cold damage.
Nice.
Okay. So when that one,
How much damage was that?
4.
4. Okay.
Yeah, so it swipes out with its claws, which rake across you, and then it turns into a solid block of ice that then crumbles apart into like just a white powder on the ground. Welch, I think, has an absurdly high AC as a turtle. So I had a 15, the highest roll I had, so I don't think that'll hit. Oh, you're
Matthew,
muted.
My AC 17. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so they're in like just scrabbling at your shell and not able to do anything. So it is Bliss's turn.
Hey, what's up? How's it going? So there's 2 on Theodora, 2 on Lorha, and 1 on Welch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who needs it the most? I don't know. Y'all all fucking tanks.
Yeah, meaty.
I'm just like, cool, I can dimension door out of here. I won't, but I could if I felt like it. Let's see. Am I still poisoned?
Yes, because
remember.
it's still the beginning of their next turn.
Okay. So I'm going to attempt to Eldritch Blast 1 on Theodora and 1 on Lorha. So the one on Theodora with disadvantage. Yeah, that's 1 point better. 9 plus number 9 plus 8 is 17.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that one is, oh my god, I've forgotten how to play D&D. 1d10. Where are my d10s? Where are my d10s? You're my d10s. That's max damage. That's 10 points.
Nice.
right.
To that one.
And it's blown into little chunks of troglodyte.
Yes. We could take all these guys.
I mean, we're 8th level. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot troglodytes were not as scary as I remember them being. And then at disadvantage, 7. Oh, 17 and a 13 plus 8
That still hits.
hits. Yeah.
Yeah.
do 10. 3 points of
And
force.
this was on the one on which?
On Lorha.
Okay, so and the other one was as well.
Was on Theodora.
Oh, one of the ones on Theodora. Yeah.
Yeah, one of
Okay.
each.
And this one is also like you punch a hole right through it with your Eldritch Blast. So
Constant bitch face. Just
yeah. So there's only 3 still standing. One on Lorha, one on Theodora, and the one on Welch. And Theodora, it is your turn.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna, start swinging at them. Like, do I know if any of my weapons, do I know if they're resistant to silver, or like?
You have no idea.
Cool.
It's a troglodyte, so you don't think that they have anything special.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna start flailing on them.
Yep.
Get it?
Jeez Louise.
So nothing fancy, just flail attack number 1.
Okay.
That's a 19 to hit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And that's 10 points of damage.
And your flail crushes into its head.
And then can I reach the one on Lorha?
Yeah, sure.
Gonna whack that one as well. That is 16.
Yes.
It hits.
do 10.
Yes.
Do 10.
I did 11 points of damage.
Hey.
That troglodyte used to be alive until it took a flail to the knee.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. All right, so there is just the one on Welch, and it's Welch's turn as it's like scrabbling at your shell.
Right. How tall are the ceilings of this cavern?
The ceiling caverns are about like 20 feet high.
Oh, okay. I'm going to grapple this thing.
Okay.
I'm going to use my bonus action. No, I'm just going to grapple it. 25.
And that beats its 19.
All right, and then with my second attack, I'm going to punch it in the kidney.
Okay.
16 plus 7, 23 to hit.
Yes, absolutely.
For
Just
9
a
points
little.
of bludgeoning damage.
And you punch into its kidney.
Okay.
As you pull out your fist and it's just like covered in troglodyte slime as it collapses to the ground.
So then we could basically flee at this point.
I'm gonna pick up one of the troglodyte whose head I whacked off, and I'm just gonna drag it over to the wind wall. Can they kind of see it through the wind wall? I'm just gonna gesture to it next, and
Suppose
kind of mic drop it. Yeah, I would like to intimidate them.
Okay, sure. I just want to see what Welch was gonna do here first.
suppose we could make like a cats and scurry if we wanted to.
Are
That's
you
all I was gonna
asking
say.
me to be a cat?
I was saying we could just leave.
Let's do that. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Don't feel great. Let's go.
Leave them their parting gift, Miss Theodora.
All right, and so yeah, go ahead and make your intimidation check.
That's a 14.
Okay. All right, they're massed in the tunnel, still staring intently on the other side of the wind wall.
Mm.
Cool. Yeah. Had to try it.
So we want to go the other way then? Leave the wind wall up, slow them down a bit, and leave?
Yep. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, they're dead. Am I free?
Yes, absolutely. You were
Okay.
not poisoned now. It was just that like 6 seconds. You're like, but you managed to get it under control. How
Cool.
long can you keep your wind wall up?
Only a minute.
10
Only
rounds.
a minute. Okay. And what is the distance? Like normally when you cast it, the range of the
120
casting point.
feet.
Okay, so you can make it one of those two, like either a minute passes or 120 feet, and then you would lose basically your connection to the spell. All right, so that would get you pretty heavily down a tunnel anyway. So if you're then following this tunnel, the question becomes, what is your intention on where you want to go? You can try and like navigate back to a familiar point, or you can try and like bypass around this cavern complex and maybe further down the river.
Let's find the aboleth, guys.
We found the aboleth, and then we ran away from the aboleth.
No, it's not away from us.
Yeah, like-
Were there any like noticeable caverns or not caverns, like tunnels or anything on the wall behind that water?
Behind the water. I'm not
Or on the walls
sure
where the aboleth was?
So that cavern just had the one tunnel coming in and out of it.
Okay. Damn.
I mean, I suppose the most good we can do with our time is to trace the source and get rid of that big old fish creature.
Is that
And there may be other tunnels that still lead to like onto that lake. That happened to just be like one cavern that sort of opens up onto it, but you know, assuming the lake is bigger, there is probably other ways to get back to that lake.
And we can breathe underwater.
but we don't want to go in that slime.
I cast that. It's 24 hours.
Oh, nice.
I think maybe as long as we're not like breathe or like opening our mouths, maybe the slime won't hurt us. Well, let's just go back to the lake then.
It could go wrong.
I can always ferry us across because I can just leap indefinitely.
Yeah, you can certainly try to carry me if you want to do that. That could be.
I could rage and lift up to 600 pounds.
I do not weigh that much, but. So are we literally going back to the troglodytes and back to the aboleth?
So what I'm hearing is like if we want to trace the aboleth, we have to go back to the lake. That's kind of what I understood from that exchange.
Yeah.
Yes. So you would have two choices. One is you could just go back the way that you came, either like dropping the wind wall and going back down that tunnel. Then you do have those troglodytes still to deal with. Or you can try and like you're in a slightly unfamiliar tunnel, but you could try and navigate to try and get back to the lake, but like a different entrance.
Let's try the different entrance. Yeah.
Different angle of attack.
Or I suppose you could try and also navigate back to the river where you were before and like follow the river down to presumably the lake. Like but you would have to then like float down the river.
We don't want to do that.
those fish people probably don't like the aboleth either.
Okay.
Do you think we could enlist any of them?
They look kind of lazy. Like they look like they had kind of succumbed to the effects. So I wonder if they would be even in control of their own, minds.
I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna plop my big self down on the ground. I'm gonna draw some runes into the dirt, and I'm going to look for a small little beastie that I can talk to.
Okay, excellent. So you do that. How long does this spell take for you to cast?
10 minutes.
Okay.
I'm assuming we've made our way like kind of further down from where we were, that we've been going down another cavern.
Yeah, so why don't we have a little bit of a skill challenge here to see if you get sort of an area of respite from the pursuing troglodytes.
Sure.
Okay.
So again, people can contribute however you want. Although obviously, like, I think at least one person needs to make a survival check for like navigation, and probably one person needs to at least make a stealth check for like hiding the trail of the group. But if you have some alternative means of achieving navigation and disguising yourself, by all means, please do so, like a spell or something like that.
I will helm the survival check now, just like I did before. I'm real good at it. I'm real good at it.
All right, go ahead and give me a survival.
18 total.
18, excellent. And so we'll get some contribution from everyone in this like sort of pursuit to see how you do.
I mean, I'm not half bad at stealth.
There you go.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Or I guess I am. That's an 8.
All right. So that is a definite failure so far on the stealth. But you're navigating around, so not everything needs to be successful. We just need to accumulate 4 successes before we get 3 failures. So, yep. Bliss.
I have 120 feet of dark vision, so I can just sort of see if there's anything ahead that's bad.
Okay. All right, so that sounds like a perception check to me.
11 plus 6 is 17.
Okay, so that is a success. Lorha.
Could I use my, without casting anything, could I just use my animal handling to see if I can have an animal help us, like, point us in the right direction?
Sure. Let's see,
Can
why
we
not?
do that? Okay. We'll see if it works. Maybe. Don't fail me, dice. Oh, 20. Unnatural.
Okay. All right. So that is 3 successes. So does anyone else want to contribute? Because we do still need 1 more success.
I mean, I can give it another shot since I was the one who messed the first one up.
So it can be anything, but it can't be like anything that's already been done. So it can't be stealth or survival, perception, but it can also be like a use of an ability. It could be a use of a spell.
You understand I'm a fighter.
Yes.
You're a battle master.
Yeah. I much as I'd like to try it, I'm not just gonna punch a wall for directions. No, but like, I guess what Theodora lacks in, shall we say, traditional wits, she will have to make up for in brute force. So she's just kind of, gonna set the pace. By which I mean athletics.
Okay, perfect.
And
Great.
if necessary, carry Bliss,
Yeah.
whom I imagine has quite low athletics.
Don't carry me. No.
Bliss.
I protest.
Right, so yeah, why don't you give me an athletics check for the pace?
15.
15, excellent. Okay. So yeah, so between setting a quick pace, you're not very stealthy. Your tracks are probably followable, but between setting a quick pace, navigating, and like really trying to be aware of like a little hidden crack in the wall, like a narrow tunnel that you can take off, and Lorha sort of negotiating via food and pats with like a little creature of some kind, probably like the bats or something, because I think the bats would like roost in sort of more secluded areas. So you manage to, it's more like you read the animal signs and like figure out where they are and give them food so they're not scared of you. And so you manage to find your way into a little nook, a tunnel that's got quite a narrow entrance, and find some respite for, at least long enough that you can do something, you can take a short rest, like that kind of thing. And so Lorha, you're still gonna cast your speak with animals.
Yeah, if
Okay.
everyone's cool with that.
I'm looking forward to watching this now.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and sit down and cast that and look for like, I don't know, if there's like I guess maybe I would be partial to like a bat or a rat, something that
Okay.
can navigate pretty quickly and stealthily through all of these caverns.
Okay. So yes, one of these, there are some rats down here, and one of them sort of scurries up after you cast the spell, sits there, kind of back on its hind feet.
Oh,
Yes.
Ah!
oh. Hello, little friend.
Hi.
Hi. And I'm gonna
Do you
like
have
kind
any
of like,
food?
yeah, I'm like literally like out of my pouch. I'm like feeding it little bits of meat.
The food down here is not very good anymore.
Yeah, we want to help with that. So, have you seen what might be causing this and where it might be located?
Yeah, big thing living in the lake.
Yeah, we want to take care of that for you.
It doesn't smell very good.
No, I'm so sorry about that. Could you maybe point us in the direction or guide us? Would you be willing to do that?
Okay.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna
So
give it more
cute.
meat, and I'm gonna pat its little head.
So cute.
Oh,
I don't know what sounds rats make when they're happy. I think they squeak
That,
and squeal
they
a
make
little
they
bit.
laugh, they giggle. It's
Yes, rats do giggle when they're tickled. They do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen the video. It's
they're so
adorable.
cute.
Oh my god.
And he's like, the big scary thing has other scary things, kind of crustacean-y. They also no good.
Do you know how to count? Do you roughly know how many?
Many. I think the rat probably doesn't really know how to count.
Right. And they're bad too, so we should probably take care of them too, huh?
Yeah, they mostly live in the water.
Okay, so we won't go in the water, but we'll try to take care of them too. So we might need a few minutes here to gather ourselves, and then if you could guide us to where this is, that would be wonderful.
Okay.
I'm gonna like pat it with my trunk now because it just.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna relay this to the group.
Elsh, do you have a fishing rod?
No. Why would you think that? I learned all of my martial arts from a rat.
Are we? Oh! Oh, that's good. Thank you for that. Are we taking a short rest here?
I
if
don't
you
need
like.
one. I have nothing to guide y'all. If y'all need to, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
I would appreciate that if that's
Yeah.
cool.
I want to
You
hear
are
more.
welcome.
I want to hear more stories about Welch's teenage training montages.
I will regale them since I am trained in performance. I will, and I fancy myself a storyteller. I was.
Do it.
Do it.
You see now, when I was a wee little turtle, I stumbled onto some kind of ooze, and it made me a big turtle now. And the rat that trained me, that was a small rat, and it found the ooze too and became a big rat. And we trained me in the martial arts now. That's my story.
That's good.
It's canon.
It's canon now. That's
Yeah.
that's how turtles originate.
Yep, from the ooze.
From the ooze. All right. So yes, you can take a short rest if you like.
How do I find out what my hit die are on D&D Beyond?
What's your level? 8. You have 8d8.
No, no, no. Oh, is it a D8? Is that what it is?
You're a druid.
Okay. Thank you.
DM, would I know or remember if aboliths or aberrations, I think she thinks it's an aberration, probably, are originate from this plane, or are they from a different plane? Would she remember or know that?
Yeah, so generally aberrations are extra planar creatures. They usually come or are at least tied to the far realm. So even beyond how different other planes are from like a very completely alien form of reality. They don't necessarily come from there, but they're connected to it. That said, aboliths have a really, really long history on the material plane and like the astral sea. So while they have a connection to there, exactly where they're native to is debatable. They do also have a very strong connection to the elemental plane of water.
So could she make an educated guess as to where this one might be based on information from Jibber Jabber? That's his name. And like just like how long it's been there.
Right. So yeah, why don't you give me another Arcana check?
Yay. I like those. It's a natural 20.
Nice. Okay. So aboliths make their lairs and they like to spread them as far as possible. Aboliths are fairly, for a creature that isn't super common, they're fairly common in the Underdark. And given how much Undermountain ties to the Underdark, I would say you probably figure there's a good bet that this aboleth came from elsewhere in the Underdark and has like made a shop here in Undermountain, probably with the intention of trying to take over all of Undermountain, if not eventually Waterdeep itself, because that's what they do.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are the worst.
Yeah, because they
this
can
will
literally
not work
like
the way I thought.
they can dominate lots of creatures' minds.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Yeah, there's a thing. It might work. It might not. Probably won't work.
Stillness of the mind.
But yes, in case you're thinking about like magics that have to do with like native versus non-native creatures, aboliths are their physical bodies form on the elemental plane of water, and then they'll come to the material plane.
Okay.
So from that perspective, if there is like a spell that you know works on a creature not native to the plane that you're on, I would consider aboliths to be not native.
Okay. Cool.
They can
cool.
be banished.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's just say it.
I'm like, can if it's from another plane, can just go bye for a while. Just don't break my concentration. Save me, con. Yeah. My con's not bad, so.
Feel like Theodora is going to bother Liz until she gets an answer. If like any of her weapons are better towards the aboleth, like does it have resistance to slashing, piercing, bashing, and or should she use silver?
Bliss, you don't think it has any particular?
Yeah. I threw it. Oh, no, the hand axe didn't actually hit it. Never mind.
Can I ask a quick question before we do anything? Just out of, I'm asking for a friend.
Yep.
how does falling damage work? I should know that since I also run
Yeah,
games, but
one 1d6 per 10 feet, and it caps out at 20d6.
does weight carry anything in there, or is it just always a
it
D6?
doesn't. It is super abstracted, and yes, I have strong opinions about the cap because it is not even capped at what would amount to you hitting terminal velocity.
Right.
But,
okay.
Yes.
What a nerd.
I know. I did once do. Well, I looked up the math on that because other people have worked it out.
Right.
How many feet you have to fall to? Yeah.
Yep.
But Xanathar's at least has new falling rules where, like, you do, like, in the first round, you can fall, like, 100 or 300 feet or something, so.
Oh, did they finally get around to that? Okay.
Yeah, and then it's, like, so much per round, but you fall a lot faster than, yeah.
And if you are falling and you fall on another creature, is it also the D6?
I generally rule that both creatures take damage.
Ooh.
Just checking.
She's got plans.
Yes. Because I let people make use of that to sometimes do things like if they jump from a height to attack another creature, they can do a save or like athletics or acrobatics check to reduce the damage that they take, but they do extra damage on the creature that they attack.
Cool. Just checking.
Nervous TM.
Yeah, there's like two things that I want to do, and I'm like, well, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I got some stuff. It's either gonna go really well or really poorly.
Great. 42 46.
All right.
Yeah, that's relevant to my interest as well. Hot falling damage. I've got plans.
Y'all gotta jump on it. I'm gonna stand back and pew pew. As I am wont to do.
Okay. All right, so you can complete a short rest.
Yeah, during that time, or just before we go, I'm actually gonna wild shape into a rat with my rat friend.
All right, sounds good.
I'm restoring 1 hit point.
Sorry?
I was kind of asking out in the group, like, I'm missing 1 hit point. We're about to fight the boss. Do I want to spend the hit dice?
Yeah, absolutely you do. Do it.
Why not?
Spend all of them. Use everything.
I keep rolling zeros. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean your hit dice aren't much use for anything. And you're not playing like long enough that like the how much you regain on a long rest really matters. So
unfortunately, that armor Agathis got wasted.
And second wind.
Cool. Yeah. Yep. Sorry.
All right, so this is probably also, I could have probably did this a few minutes ago, but so while you guys are sorting out all your little things you're going to do after you finish a short rest, it is probably a good opportunity for us to take a quick break and be human for a couple of minutes. So we will be back in about 5 minutes or so as we, yeah. So thanks everyone, and we'll be back momentarily. All right.
Totally.
Welcome back, everyone, as we regroup for our last half of tonight's session and our last session in the Twisted Caverns in Dungeons of the Mad Mage, one way or another. I say not easily
like that.
at all. All right, and while everyone decides exactly what they are going to do next, I'm gonna get everyone fixed because they rearranged a little bit in Zoom.
Oh yeah.
I am Sam now. Witness me.
And I'm Matthew.
Oh, Matthew looks a lot better these days. Emma, you basically look the same actually because the hair, the colors.
There we go. All right.
Zoom is fun.
Zoom is fun. Did we lose? No, you're here. Okay.
Nope. All right. So, what is your plan? What is your intent?
I definitely shapeshifted before we discussed that. So
that's right. You are now shapeshifted into a rat.
Yeah.
So you could just kind of nod with your tiny little rat head.
Tap once for yes, twice for no.
I think we're just going to find an alternative route to the lake then.
That seemed like it was your plan.
Let's do it.
And ask the rat friend to lead us.
And a better vantage point, yeah.
Good, let's do that.
Okay, Theodora?
I was just saying, I think our plan was to kick the Appalett's ass.
Yep. Well, that's the hope.
We can certainly try.
We can certainly try to do that.
Absolutely. All right, so you follow the rat. The rat leads you down through the tunnels, twisting and turning. You do get to some like pretty tight areas because, of course, the rat doesn't have to worry about humanoid body sizes.
Oh yeah.
But you know, you got a few places where you got to back out and find a slightly different route. But you eventually make your way in a roundabout way to another sort of area that looks out over the lake. So where you come to is, as opposed to like a large beachy sort of cavern area like you had originally found yourself in, where the aboleth showed itself, at this point you come to a pretty narrow opening out onto the lake. So it isn't like a big beachy area. You can really get one, maybe two people if you sort of squeeze tightly that can stand side by side. And, you know, about level with the water. The water sort of laps at the surface a little bit. But it looks out over a large cavern, which is faintly illuminated with like glowing underdark, you know, fungi and stuff that's basically all over the place. So the cavern is entirely flooded with water, except for a small island that rises out from the middle of the cavern. And you know, the whole cavern is quite wide from one side to the other. Let me just double check how wide. Yeah, it's like 100 feet across, and the island's in the middle. And thanks to your like jumping turtle, Welch can actually probably jump, you know, the distance. Of course, like jumping across the cavern is going to still just end you up in the water because the whole thing's flooded. But there is the island in the middle, and there's a few other like little like single rock promontories that sort of rise up like little islands almost around the cavern. So there's a few places where you could jump around to. The water, you know, it's dark. You're not sure how deep it is. The ceiling is domed, but it rises up sort of about 30 feet above the water's surface. And the walls are coated with slime, but there's handholds everywhere. So you could climb around on the walls of the cavern, but it would be treacherous. and
No, thank you.
gross.
So, is it about 50 feet to the island in the middle now?
About 50 feet to the island in the middle, and you can actually see faintly illuminated what looks like a bit of a shrine on the island.
I've got them all.
And I can just leap across with so you two got the range, Miss Bliss and Lady Loha. You got the range. So if I just carry Madame Theodora over, we should be lock stock.
Then we are. I guess Laura could protect Bliss.
Oh yeah, of course you could. And I could always just come back over. Hey.
And the island is only roughly like 30 feet across, roughly circular, about 30 feet across.
I can't
You're
say
a rat.
so.
I have contingency plans. Don't worry, darling.
Yeah, we all very powerful. We could get across some water now.
Far
But
away from the water. Far away from it.
right.
Far away.
So Theodora, do you want to go wreck in that shrine? Stir up some trouble?
Let's do it.
I had to get a good look at it first.
Okay, go ahead.
I feel like Lorha the rat keeps trying to like do this.
I'm gonna pick the rat up and just hold it, if that's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna stop you.
You remind me of my sensei.
I'm gonna like put my little hands up to touch your face.
Their name was Master.
Splinter.
No. No. Master Splinter. I was trying to come up with a synonym.
It's spelled slightly differently.
Yeah. It's spelled with a Y. Because this is fantasy. And no E.
Yeah, and a weird apostrophe in there somewhere.
Yeah. It's Maester Splinter. Of course.
Maester Splinter.
Burgomaster Splinter.
Yep. Because this is fantasy. So, yeah, I'm just staring at the rat because I know she's trying. Now, you're trying to speak to me. So, what are you trying to say, Lady Loha?
Well, I was actually trying to talk to the other rat, so now I'm like kind of like looking.
Oh, I think I interrupted. I'll set the other rat down.
And I just wanted to talk to my rat buddy in rat, and ask if this is where the big bad is.
Yeah. He lives in the lake.
Excellent. So we're gonna probably fight it. So you should scramble off, and if any of your buddies or family members are here, just go take a quick vacation.
Well, the wife and I have always wanted to go to the Zirkwood forest, so maybe we'll bundle up the kids and go there.
I hear it's lovely this time of year.
Except for the grubs.
I heard there was a nice druid like you who used to live there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to them.
Maybe there's some nice trash.
We are the nice trash.
I was like, I won't be there, so
We'll be here, so.
the nice trash making their final stand.
I mean, actual garbage.
Yeah, that's our alternative name. Our two group names are nice trash and actual garbage.
Oh no.
Goals. Nice trash.
All right, so that's it. That's all I wanted to. Just wanted to confirm.
Okay. The rat says, "Does anyone have food for the road?"
I guess I'll shapeshift back and can I fit up here where we are? Will I bump people off if I do that?
It's tight. You sort of like.
Hi guys. And I'm gonna reach in and hand a fair amount of whatever meat pieces that I have.
Imagine you like
Well-
putting it in like a little scrap of cloth.
Yeah, like if I can do that, I'd really like in my head I'm like, do I have any tiny things on me that I could do that with?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
like a knitting stick.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes!
Yes.
You can walk off with it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Perfect.
Yeah. He puts a little sling over his back. Scurries away. Thank
Excellent.
you, nice elephant lady.
You're welcome.
I
Bye, actual trash.
Oh,
nice
yeah.
trash.
Nice trash, actual garbage.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like try to like turn around so I can see the lake without hitting anybody with my tusks. So we need to get there. I can fly. I don't know about the rest of you.
Oh, I think we can get across. I can leap with Theodora, and if Bliss needs to scurry on by, Miss Bliss, you can just shout for me or find your own way across. Is that okay?
I cast message and I go, does this work?
Yeah,
You can reply to this message.
This thing on.
I can hear you.
Good. Also, I would rather stay here. It's safer for now.
So I will use my ring of jumping as a bonus action. Cast jump on myself. It lasts a minute. It's not concentration.
Yep.
And then I will use my bonus action on a falling round to do Step of the Wind, which doubles. So it's tripled then double, which is 108. Halved because I'm grappling someone is 53. And then I will pick up Theodora with her consent and leap.
Oh, God.
All right. So smash as you like crash down onto the lake. Or onto the to the island rather.
We could try to land on the shrine.
Oh, Bliss, that we have
Yeah.
to investigate it
Well,
first.
so you
Some information.
so you land near it.
Yeah.
And you can quickly see it appears to be sort of a statue of a strange looking creature.
It's a weird looking thing, Bliss.
Refresh my memory on what it actually looks like. It's sort of like it's four-legged, so it's quadrupedal on the ground with this large head with sort of like a shovel-like mouth that's filled with like long, narrow fangs, and then it's got these like three tentacles coming off of it with sort of like grasping ends. You could make a nature
It's a
check.
jumpy tentacle horse.
I don't want to know.
I kinda do.
I want to know.
Yeah, but it's entirely stone, and then it has like a net, like a fishing net, kind of draped over it as if it is wearing a cloak, and it has a bunch of like junk and treasure piled up around its feet. Like there's a bunch of coins in various denominations. And then there's like shells and bone and stuff woven into the cloak to sort of decorate it. And like there's some other there seems to be like a boot, there's like a rusty gauntlet, and there might be other stuff sort of piled in amongst.
Anything that looks magical.
Well, the boot looks kind of fancy, but there's only one boot.
Fancy boot.
I'm gonna poke it with my rapier. Just
Yeah, it is a very well made. It's a green leather boot that has these like leaf motifs stitched onto it. It is very finely made of the best materials. It may or may not be magical, or it may just be a fancy boot.
can I roll to see if I know?
Are you proficient in Arcana?
I am not.
So you don't know the ins and outs of arcane sigils and things like that. So all you can tell is it is a fancy boot.
Alright.
Send me a selfie.
Send a selfie to Bliss.
So I'm just gonna I'm gonna pull out my great axe and just kind of start pushing stuff around with my great axe and making general disturbances.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of coins,
Yeah.
mostly copper, but there's a fair amount of silver, and you see some gold mixed in with it as well in the pile. Give me an investigation check.
Oh, you're great. -1.
That
Sure, thanks. 4.
So yeah, there's a lot of coin. There's a lot of junk. So far, the only other thing of interest is this fancy boot. But then you hear the water behind you moving.
Yeah, there we go.
Just so that so
Yep.
I got over there, but what I did is I turned into an owl to fly over.
Okay. Yeah, so you
Over
turn
there.
into an owl.
Yeah, so
And
I'm
you're
like
flying
watching
over.
them poke at this thing, but I haven't landed yet. I'm just
Okay. Sounds good. So you're circling around,
Yes.
and you can see the water ripple, and then starting to emerge from the water in behind them is almost like a giant lobster.
Oh
But
no.
it's got 4 legs and 2 large pincing
No.
arms and a whole bunch of squirming tentacles. And it's about half in, half out of the water at the moment.
Shit.
And I need you guys to roll initiative.
Yep.
I really hope this is not what I think it is.
Oh fuck. God damn it. All of my initiative rolls have been 5 or lower
Oh my god.
Okay.
on the dice.
All right.
Oh, it is! Fuck.
I'm so slow for a monk. My
you're
strength-based
terrible.
monk.
It's fine.
My strength-based monk.
Bliss, what's your initiative?
12.
12. All right, Theodora.
18.
Lorha.
It's a 14?
That's a 14. And Welch.
6 total.
Okay.
4 + 2. Yeah. I'm
All right,
a little slow.
Well, you are a turtle.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right.
Okay, so Lorha, you hear the something emerging from the water behind you.
Well.
Oh, sorry, I meant Theodora, because Theodora's
Just
the first
kidding.
to go.
Not doing anything yet.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hostile does it look?
We're back.
Why don't you give me an insight check with disadvantage, as this thing doesn't really have a human face.
No, I mean more on the scariness factor. I don't mean does it look like it intends to hurt us?
So I've got it up on the Twitch overlay at the moment. It's quite tall. It's a large creature. Its tentacles are writhing, and its pincers have nasty serrated edges to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna run at it with. Well, I guess I have my rapier out, so run at it with my rapier.
Perfect. Sounds good.
Attack number 1.
All right.
15.
15. The tip sort of skitters off of the carapace and does not find a sensitive place to land.
19.
The 19 this time it does slip into a crack in the carapace.
I would like to do a. That's not called a goading attack. That's called a. Distracting strike.
Okay.
So the next attack against it has advantage.
Okay.
By an attacker other than me.
Okay.
And I deal 2d8 damage. That is 8 points of damage.
Okay. All right, so a little bit of greenish colored fluid sort of spurts out from the wound as you poke it, and its tentacles writhe as it's sort of distracted by your attacks. All right. So Lorha, you're the owl flying around. You see Theodora poking this big alien lobster with a pointy stick.
Yep. So that is yep. All right. So I'm going to sorry, I hate these guys so much. I'm going to swoop down. And I would like to land directly in front of this thing, but I want to transform just high enough off the ground so that when I land, there's a bit of like a thud in front of it. And Lorha has tattoos all over her body of like various like leaves and like dragonflies and vines and all sorts of stuff. And you see her all of them start to like come alive and start like wrapping all over her. And I'm going to cast Guardian of Nature.
Oh, okay. There it is.
And so the terrain in front of me becomes difficult terrain for my enemies.
Okay.
So like I've got roots that start like coming out into the ground and like start slapping like the water in front of them. And I gain 10 temporary hit points.
Yep.
Excellent.
An advantage.
And yeah, and I have advantage on dexterity and wisdom based attack rolls. And so that's my bonus action.
Yep.
And I am going to cast Primal Savagery and try to swipe at it with my tusks.
Perfect.
That like become serrated this time.
Yeah, and you have advantage on the attack roll because of Theodora's distracting strike.
Yep. And because of Guardian of Nature.
That was what I was asking. Like this. Okay. No, like her getting double advances.
There is no double advantage. You just advantage.
Just waste my distracting strike. Okay, no, that's fair.
Oh, so good.
Does a 24 hit?
It absolutely does.
Fuck that thing up.
Okay. Now I have to. Where are my d10s? I don't know why I'm so nervous about this. Okay, not bad. That is 11 points of acid damage.
Oh, acid. Okay, excellent. All right, so yeah, as your razored tusks sort of rip through, and bits of its carapace kind of like shatter and go off as this like acid sort of bubbles and hisses away at its armored protection. And its tentacles writhe, and it sort of emits this high-pitched keening sound.
I'm going to do it right back at it.
Yeah, and it reaches out with its two pincers at you. That's a 25 to hit.
Okay.
For 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it clamps onto your arm, so it has you grappled. Let's see here. Yes. And its other one was just a 12 to hit, so I think the second pincer does not hit you.
Correct.
But then because you're grappled, it sort of leans forward and its tentacles like writhe and go to strike over your face. And it swallows them as it rolls a nat 1. Its own tentacles like suck into its mouth, and then it's like and like spits its tentacles out with this like mass of slime that hits the ground. But that is its turn. Bliss, you are like roughly 60 feet away, 50, 60 feet away in the dark. No, well,
Cool.
not the dark, but like the dim
Yeah.
light.
Away.
So it is dim light. Oh, but you've got superior vision. So
I can
you're
see
good.
the whole cavern.
You're all good. You've got that Skyrim, like everything's up, like you've got night vision goggles on.
Yeah. I'm just gonna hit it with 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
Let's see. So, what's 13 plus 8?
21.
Does that hit?
It absolutely does, yes.
Okay, so that's the first one, and the second one is a natural 20. Grog is being good to me today. Let's see. So that's 2d10. That's a 5. And that's, what are you? That's a 7.
All right. So you have 12.
And yes. I don't know why I'm talking like this now.
It's infectious.
It just kind of happened. Well, and I'm from the South too, so you know what happened. And the walls. So I'm like at kind of a break in like the.
Yeah, you're basically in like a crack in the cavern wall.
Okay. Behind the crack, is that like slimy at all, or is that like chill?
Like there's some, but it's not too bad.
Okay, cool. Good to know. That's my turn.
Is the
Okay.
crack slimy? That's
The
the
bliss is hiding in. Yeah. All right. Welch, what do you do?
Oh, it's my turn. Is this large or huge creature?
It's large.
Okay, I'm gonna do my bonus action. Go into a rage. Oh, I'm mighty upset. I'm gonna grapple the dang thing.
Okay.
It's gonna be a grapple train.
Natural 20, 27.
Hey!
Absolutely.
All right. And then I am gonna just drag it away from. Oh well, no, she's gonna stay in melee probably. Then I'm just gonna follow up with my second attack from extra attack to attack it now. 21 to hit.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Plus 6. 11 points of magical bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then I wonder how heavy this thing is. I know it's probably too heavy for me. And then I'm just gonna follow up with so with that, once that hits, 1 key point stunning strike. It needs to make a Constitution saving throw DC 13. Might work.
It does. It is actually stunned.
Oh my god,
So
I'm so lucky.
Your fist impacts it, and like you can see the ripple of the shockwave sort of ripple through its carapace. And then as you pump, you hit this weird. I mean, it's alien, but you found just the right nerve bundle, and it sort of like locks in place.
That's my turn.
Okay. Theodora. So it's grappled and stunned, so you actually have advantage on attack rolls.
Yep. And it auto fails strength and dexterity saves.
Kinda. No, I think I'm gonna stick with the rapier for now.
Okay.
I was kind of tempted to do the thing where I switch to a different weapon each round, but no. Stick to the rapier and kind of while it's on the ground.
Okay.
Perhaps
It's
even,
still
like,
standing.
ice pick
It's not prone, but it is stunned. It's sort of just like
Yeah, okay. So ice pick grip it and just kind of whack at. It has eyes, right?
It's got tiny, tiny little eyes that are like sort of partially covered. You don't think that it.
Like it was more kind of for flavor.
Yeah, absolutely.
So with advantage.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
Yep. And it'll auto fail any strength or dexterity saving throw.
I could not get prone, but I feel like that's kind of a waste.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, attacks against it already have advantage, so.
Yeah. Maybe hurting the warlock.
That is a 24 to hit.
Yes.
I'm just gonna roll for the other attack as well.
Yes, please.
Another 24.
Yep.
That is 4. That's 8 points of damage, and another 11 points of damage. So 19 points of damage in
19.
total.
Okay.
Wow.
Right. So. All right. So yeah, so 2 rapier strikes that just find sort of these gaps in its chitinous armor, driving in deep to its body. It would squeal, but it's stunned. So Laura, what are you doing? I get you are still technically you're still grappled, but it's also stunned and grappled.
Okay.
The grapple.
Just like a
like a-
conga line going on.
Cool. Excellent. So can I get out of the grapple? Is that a thing?
You can, and it's automatically going to fail. So it does typically replace your action though to like get out of a grapple.
Well.
Just message shit up.
Yeah, so I guess then I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, the grapple doesn't really impose any problem on it other than when you're grappled, you're then within reach of its tentacles, but
Gross. So I'm just gonna cast Primal Savagery again and hit it,
perfect.
maybe. Oh, that's fascinating.
And you have advantage on that because
Yeah, I rolled double 14s plus 8, so it's a 20.
Oh yes. Yeah, that definitely hits.
Okay. And where we go? For 14, what did I say was acid damage? Acid damage, yep.
Okay. So 2. All right. So yeah, again, your tusk just sort of like rip across, whole like chunk of its carapace kind of starts smoking and hissing as the acid seeps into it.
Excellent.
And because it's stunned, it misses its turn because it's still the end of Bliss's turn.
Welch's, yeah.
And Bliss is at the end of the initiative order, and it's in the middle, so it doesn't do anything. Or until the end of Welch's, yes. So it's Bliss's turn.
Hey. Shockingly, I will cast Eldritch Blast. 16 plus 8.
Yes, that hits.
Yeah. And then this one might not hit. 9 plus 8 is
No, that'll still hit.
17?
17.
Okay.
Yeah.
2 of you can hear. Those are both max damage, so that'll be 20 points of force.
Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah, so you're like dual blasted like Eldritch Blast strikes it in the back of the head, which explodes all over Laura. It's just like chunks of crustacean-y meat and ichor, and like on the floor, on the ground of the tentacle, or on the ground of the island are these writhing tentacles.
Ground of the tentacle.
On the ground floor of the and then like the carapaced body kind of just like sags down.
A thumbs up from where I'm at. I don't care if they can see.
Anything else coming out of the water?
Not at the moment.
I'm gonna
Okay.
shake my ears to try to get it off.
I'm gonna prestidigitation it off.
Yeah. I guess I'll scoop up the boots and leap over to Miss Bliss.
There's just one boot. You can't find the pair.
A single boot.
There is a single boot.
Maybe it's magical all by itself.
Maybe the lobster ate it.
Oh.
You're welcome to search inside of it. And I leap
I'm
across.
going to do just that.
with 18 times 3. Yeah.
She looks like she's having the time of her life. Trying to open
Just
the lobster with a hand axe.
all right.
So, since we can't see anything in the water, I'm gonna pick up a piece of the crustacean thing, and I'm gonna just I'm gonna throw it in the water.
So you start chumming the water with
Yeah,
bits,
I'm literally
bits
just
of the
trying
chawl.
to. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me a perception check.
Okie dokie. 24.
Okay. So you definitely see, you don't see whatever it is, but you see the water, just the way the water's rippling on the top. Definitely underneath the water, after these body parts hit it, a few seconds later, there is movement and a little bit of splashing at the surface of something, presumably eating the bits of chawl as they get tossed into the water.
I'm gonna yell out, "There's something in here, in the water, over here."
Well, once I deliver the boot to Miss Bliss, I'm like, hey, I could only find one of them. Hand it to her.
Does it look magical?
Give me a Arcana check.
Okay. 21.
There is definitely arcane glyphs on it.
Okay.
Given, identify would tell you what it is for sure.
Yeah.
But, given the design, it looks very elvish. It looks like an elven designed magical boot.
Okay.
Boop.
I'm gonna say, find the other one.
Theodora, go ahead and give me an investigation check as you're rooting around in the dead chawl.
Going straight for the bowels.
Okay. Natural 20!
Yeah.
Give me the other boots!
So you're hacking away, and you pull out bits of gold and coins and stuff that the thing has apparently swallowed, and you're rooting around arm deep, and eventually you feel some leather and you pull out what appears to be a matching boot.
Yes!
It's so
Luck!
gross.
Luck!
Unbelievable. I'm going to leap back over to the island.
Any of us recognize this creature and what it means to see one of these creatures?
Why don't you give me nature or arcana or just general intelligence check?
Okay.
The old no nature druid. Surprisingly common.
I don't know what I was thinking.
The Ghost of the Machine has one too, don't worry.
For just a straight intelligence check, I got a 14.
Okay. Yeah, you think it's actually it's either a really good statue or it's petrified. But it looks like an Otyugh, which they're also an aberration, but they're pretty common in the Underdark and the sewers of cities. They're like nature's trash compactor. They like to live in trash heaps, and they can be a little territorial and aggressive, but only when they don't have a lot of food.
Okay.
So yeah, given that you are in Undermountain, Hallister is well known for liking to petrify creatures and stash them around the dungeon.
Wow.
Like one does.
Yeah, and this is clearly dressed up like what the Kuatoa do, like an idol.
Oh, buddy.
So I think we're gonna have to go down into the water to get the aboleth. I think we gotta swim down there.
I cast net. Oh, I can't hear you guys. Never mind.
I think we're gonna have to swim down.
Can't you guys
Are we
talk?
sure? Like,
I can, yeah.
wait,
Mm.
did Lorhas tell the rest of us about like something eating?
Yep.
Oh yeah, I yelled out that there's something in the water.
I have a rope and a bear trap and more bits of lobster.
Are we gonna trap an aboleth?
Do you see where I'm going with this?
Do we think the aboleth is? Welch is dumb as a stone. Never mind.
Well, I also conveyed earlier that it was not just whatever the rat let me know that there were multiple creatures in here that we may need to wrestle with.
I am gonna cast message, and to Theodora, I'm gonna be like, you should probably just stab whatever's moving in the water. Just stab it. Stab it. You can reply to this message.
Would a range stab count? She kind of replies to the message.
What?
Are you sure we don't want to go with the bear trap plan?
Pretty. Yes. Yes. Just. Yes. What bear trap plan? No, just stab it.
Stab at the water again.
So you'd probably have to wade out into the water.
Do Eldritch Blasts go through water?
They do. You have to have something to target.
Yeah.
But if we use lobster bits as bait.
I'm wading into the water. I'm a turtle. I don't.
Yes, I'm following along.
Yeah,
Just a quick question, just
No.
back. Sorry, I'm just not used to druids. Do druids regain any spell slots during short rests?
No.
Not moon.
Oh man.
Yeah, just land. Land have natural recovery. They're the only ones.
Never mind.
You're doing fine.
So Welch, it's pretty clear that it slopes down really quickly. So it's one of those things where if you wade out, you're pretty quickly going to just be like, either swimming or underwater.
That's fine. So before I go under, I'm gonna go, oh, and I can hold my breath for up to an hour because I'm a turtle.
We have
All right.
water breathing.
Yeah, but I don't want to breathe at all.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, I hold my breath and I go into the water.
Okay. It is murky. There's like a lot of, dissolved bits of slime floating around in the water. And then something like looms out of the darkness coming into your face, which appears to be another Chull.
Oh.
And it's coming for you.
Okay.
So let's see. Why don't we just? Yeah, we'll use the same initiative order because that's
Okay. Works for me.
easier. So it goes to swing a pincer at you.
All right now.
And I don't think it's going to. Because the highest was a 14.
Miss.
So it's like scrabbling along your shell.
So do I punch it? I don't.
All right.
Actually, I'm gonna grapple it. No
Yep.
advantage now because my range over now. Hey, 23 to grapple it.
Yes, you succeed.
I'm gonna drag it out of the water. So my speed is
Alright.
halved
Yeah.
when I'm moving. Does 20 feet get it out of the water?
Yeah. We didn't
Okay.
have to go in very far. So
I didn't
you
think so.
you
Yeah.
sort of get purchased, and then you're dragging this out of the water after
I'm
you.
gonna try to suplex it. I'm flavoring my unarmed strike.
Yeah.
17 to hit.
Absolutely.
Believe. Yeah. So I come out with a troll, and I'm like, "Get on out of here, you biscuit!" Suplex it over my 7 points of magical bludgeoning damage. I'm gonna key point stunning strike. Fuck it.
Okay. Let's see. How did
DC 13, con DC 13. Pretty. It probably saves, but
yes, it does.
yeah, it's a lure. Yeah. And then I'm gonna use my martial arts bonus attack, just the free one I get to punch it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
17 to hit again. Same roll.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, 10 points of magical bludgeoning.
All right.
I went fishing and caught me one.
All right. So yeah, you just see Welch like backpedaling sort of out of the water, dragging, and then like flipping and smashing this Chal up onto the beach, which like quickly rights itself, right? Because it's a flavor, so it wasn't prone. That's convenient because Welch is the bottom of the last order anyway, so we're gonna stick with that.
How long was I in the water? Like 3 seconds?
Yeah, basically. Like your head just vanished below the surface, and then all of a sudden it explodes in water as you like suplex the Chal out.
Oh god!
All right.
But I still have it grappled, so
yes. Deeper in the lake, there is a ripple. As
There
just
is.
almost like a breaching whale, just a part of the aboleth reappears in the middle of the lake with just its like 3 eyes peeking out, and its tentacles sort of like lash up into the air.
fuck.
Theodora, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Okay, great.
After those,
She's so good at those.
he's got a -1 to those.
Oh no.
Oh no.
That's a 9.
Okay,
Oh,
so you
fuck.
fail.
You don't say.
So you are currently charmed by the aboleth. So you can't attack the aboleth or target the aboleth with any harmful abilities or magical effects. And it has advantage on any ability checks to interact with you socially.
Oh, no.
But you also can't take reactions. And it can communicate telepathically with you over any distance.
Cool beans.
Oh no.
At least though it doesn't it's not like dominate where it can tell you what
Yeah.
to do. Which is weird for an ability that's called enslave. Like you would think that it would totally
Succubus charm, they can issue commands.
yeah.
Interesting.
Vampires.
And
yeah.
it doesn't seem to say that.
Okay.
Does it say anything to me?
Wait, no.
Tank.
The charmed target is under the aboleth's control and can't take reactions.
There it is.
So yes.
Yep.
So Theodora, the aboleth is telling you to let's see. Let's do
Oh no.
high low. Yeah, it's telling you to take out the elephant.
Oh no.
And then it's Theodora's turn. And so the aboleth is like just sort of partially, it's like doing the crocodile thing, right? Like just its eyes above the water. So it's keeping some cover. And it's Theodora's turn.
How extensive control does it have of me?
It has you under its control.
Alright, so will I just go all out on it? Will I use my like action surge or whatever?
I am leaving that totally up to you, but it is as if you are compelled to attack.
Okay, so like I wouldn't just be able to go, okay, I'm just going to use my daggers because those are shitty weak weapons.
Yeah, right. But the extent to which you use your abilities, I am leaving up to you as a player. But you feel compelled to harm Lorha to the best of your ability.
I guess I'm just gonna like whack her with my rapier.
Okay.
Can I use it as a finesse weapon?
Well, you would normally. I think you would use it however you normally use it.
Okay, so no, not as a finesse weapon.
I mean, whichever is better for you, however you normally use it.
Yeah, I would normally use it as a strength weapon because I have a strength of 18 and a dexterity of 12.
Yeah, I think it would be that you attack as you normally attack.
Yeah. That is 22. No, 21.
That hits.
12 points of damage.
Woo. That's fine.
Attack number 2. 11. No, 10.
Is that for your attack? That does not hit.
Yeah, she's got 2 attacks.
Plus my shield up.
Yeah.
All right. Did you roll damage for the attack that hit?
Yeah. 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. So then it's Lorha's turn. So, and you didn't hear anything. The Aboleth's instructions were entirely telepathic. So, yeah, Lorha just comes charging. Or sorry, Theodora just comes charging at you, Lorha.
But we did establish that Aboleths take control of people's minds in game.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we've established that quite thoroughly.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually say, well, this just got interesting. And I am. Oh, buddy, what am I gonna do? Okay. I am going to cast. I'm gonna cast Guardian of Nature again. Oh wait, I have things. I forgot I have things. What is the? Just so that I understand the layout. So we're on the island and there's the Chol in front of me and I have Theodora attacking me over here. And then where is the Aboleth in relation to that?
Like out in the water. I guess I didn't specify. It's probably not like right in behind the Chol, but like somewhere, just off of it, but like on the same general facing as you. All right, so it's like on the same side of the island.
Perhaps in like a conal area in front of me?
Yep, perhaps.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to... And where is Welch? Are you grappled onto the Chol?
Nope.
Yes.
Like right on it?
Yeah.
I mean...
Okay. Oh, I
all
don't
up in its grill.
I'm gonna do that to you. Never mind. Shit. Fuck.
I hate it when they can charm people.
God, yeah. I can't even just like. Okay, can I just try to? Oh, I'm not strong, but can I just try to? God, no, I can't do that. That's a stupid thing to do. Fuck. Sorry. I guess I'm just gonna try to go after the Chol for right now.
Okay.
It's right in front of me.
Sounds good.
Do I want to do that? I'm sorry. I have to just make a decision. Okay. I'm actually not going to do that. I'm going to cast Fog Cloud.
Okay.
No, I can't do that because I casted the other thing, so I'm going to attack her. Okay, it's fine. I'm getting used to druids and so many concentration spells.
They do.
There's a lot. So
super annoying.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to just cast Primal Savagery and go for the Chol.
Okay.
So you already cast your Guardian of Nature, so you got it.
Yes, I did. Do I roll at advantage with that then, or no?
Yep.
Does that? It does.
Yep. Yeah, it's a wisdom-based spell attack.
Okay. So, 22 to hit.
Absolutely.
Okay. 4. 5 acid damage.
Damn.
Yeah.
All
This
right.
is fine.
There's
This is
small
okay.
there's a small hissing, and the Chal just kind of looks down, wriggles tentacles, and then looks back between you and Welch.
God.
All right. So it's the Chal's turn.
Oh.
So it's gonna make 1 pincer attack on Welch, which is that's a 20 something. So
Yeah, that hits.
okay, and then also one on Lorha, but I think that's gonna miss because it's a 15.
That misses.
So it's 11 points of bludgeoning damage on Welch,
Boy.
and so it grapples you back.
Okay.
You're now totally hockey fighting. And it leans forward to like writhe its tentacles over your face. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Hey. Actually, pretty good at those. Let me double check. A 17.
Okay, so you could feel like just this like gross substance getting in your face, and you're like, but you manage to sort of spit it out and avoid its effects. And then it's Bliss from the other side of the cavern.
Yep. So can I see the aboleth from where I am?
Why don't you? Yeah, because I said it's like tentacles came out, so it was like pretty obvious. I mean,
Okay.
it subsided
Okay.
back in, but you know where to look, so I think
Okay.
you can see it.
Is
It
it
does-
within 60 feet of me?
It is definitely within 60 feet. It's on the same side of the island. It does have effectively it has cover because of the water, but yeah,
Okay.
not total cover.
I don't think that affects this. I don't think it affects this, but you can tell me if it does. I would
If
like
it-
to
Oh, sorry, no, I don't want to steal your thunder, so you go right ahead.
I'm just gonna look at it and see Theodora and put 2 and 2 together. Just go fucking okay, and then I would like to cast banishment on the apple.
All right.
Oh my god. Charisma saving throw.
It is a charisma saving throw, DC 16.
Fuck.
All right.
Please.
You just hear a mocking tone in your in your head that says, "I think not."
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I rolled a 17.
It doesn't have like a -10 or anything, a -6.
No,
Doubt
no. In fact, it actually has a plus to its charisma.
Oh, damn. Suave little shit.
It is. Abelis have an 18 charisma.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, I have a 20, so it can get out of my way.
You are definitely smoother than it. So yes, unfortunately, the spell landed, and but it was able to resist.
God.
Cool. No doubt,
Cool.
no doubt. Do I have any bonus actions? I'm mad. I only got 2 spells left. This is my turn.
Okay.
It's a good try.
Welch. Yes, it was. I mean, if it had worked, it would have.
Okay, I'm gonna swaddle on over to kind of. I'll drag this thing if I have to.
Yep.
To kind of get close to Theodora. I want to be adjacent to Theodora. Is what I want to be.
Okay.
I'm gonna make an attack roll against the Chul that I have grappled.
Yep.
24 to hit.
Yes.
5 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
Yeah. And then 17 to hit, which hits.
Yep.
As established. 9 points of magical bludgeoning damage. That's 5, and then 9 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I am going to use a key point to do flurry.
Oh no.
Oh no,
Matthew.
Matthew's internet hiccups. I know he's gonna say flurry of blows.
Yeah.
I froze. Sorry. 25. 25 to hit.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's 10 points of magical bludgeoning.
All right.
How's this thing looking?
Pretty beat up. It's like bloodied. You're basically like laying punches into it. There's a bit of chitinous armor going flying, and you're liberally splattered with green, what passes for chull blood.
All right. 18 to hit.
Yep.
10 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
All right. Yeah, you're just like Rocky Balboaing it, getting all those shots in.
All right,
it's not looking so good.
Yeah, I'm keeping it grappled, and I'm adjacent to Theodora, and that's my turn.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Bliss. You hear a maybe I'd like to add you to my collection.
Nope.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Nope. Nobody wants this. I have things that I haven't used yet. +7.
Yeah, you have proficiency.
Yeah. 20
Oh my god.
You're good.
number.
Yeah. you are
20
definitely fine. So you can feel this like cold, slimy alien intellect try and assert itself in your mind, but when you say no, it is forced out and recoiled, and then it sinks its head back underneath the water, so that it is unseen, or at least difficult to see.
Okay. Before it goes, I'm gonna think back. I think not.
I like it. Theodora.
Do I get to try to resist the thing?
You do not.
Oh wow, it's not a repeated saving throw. Oh shit.
Nope. You just charmed until it's dead or you're unconscious.
Well, instructions were to get the elephant, so I'm getting the elephant. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Actually, I should insert here. It is not a repeated saving throw, but there are some conditions under which you do repeat it. And then it does give this little wishy-washy, no more than once every 24 hours you can try. So you sort of know that you've got the mental energy to make an attempt to break the hold of the charm. But other than other conditions, you get to choose when you try it. So you could try to do that now.
So you can try to break
sorry. No, you need a distance. Sorry, I didn't finish the rest of that. So you have to be more than a mile away from it.
Get to hiking.
All right.
So yes, so that was a
6 points of
21 to hit. So yes, I think that hit.
Yep.
6 points of damage to the elephant.
Oh.
I'm gonna say, quit that, Theodora, quit it.
That's a natural 20.
Oh no.
Oh.
Gotta do it.
That's
The enemy doing it, not her.
you double the total damage or only the dice roll?
You roll twice the dice. So if you roll 2d8, you would roll 4d8 or 1d8, 2d8.
That's 9. That's 13 points of damage.
Okay.
All right.
This Aboleth up so bad.
And Lorha.
Okay.
Theodore's just wailing on you.
Punch her. It's okay. She won't mind.
Nope, that is entirely against my nature, and I cannot do that. So is the Chol still here?
It is, yeah. It and Welch are like sort of hockey jerseyed each other, and Welch is just like repeatedly wailing on it.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna cast Primal Savagery, and I'm gonna try to like gore this stupid giant crustacean butthead. I got a natural 20.
Yeah, advantage, baby.
Okay, so what did you say? Roll double the dice? Is that what you
Yes.
said?
Yep.
Okay.
That's like 4d10 or something.
Okay. So that is not bad. That's 28 acid damage.
Whew.
Oh my god.
Ooh.
All right. So you gouge like 2 huge, like bubbling, like acid bubbling, searing, smoking strikes across its chest, and it like screams in pain, just like shaking its head as its tentacles writhe, and it looks very, very, very hurt.
Excellent.
And then it's its turn, so it's gonna try and repeat what it did before. It's already got Welch grappled, so it lathered its tentacles over your face. So you need to make a Constitution saving throw.
18 total.
Okay, so you're fine. And then it reaches out with its other pincer at Lorha, and that's a 21 to hit. So it grabs you in its other pincer. And that does 11 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are also grappled.
Shit.
All right.
It's
And
going
then
well.
and then it's Bliss's turn.
It's Welch's turn.
Bliss's
I'm gonna
turn.
just. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, it's me again. Okay,
It
I didn't
is.
have a new plan. I don't suppose the aboleth is within 10 feet of me.
No, it is not within 10 feet.
That would be useful if it were. I could do multiple things, but I only have one spell slot left. Don't mind me. I'm using my free action to panic. Let's see.
Wise choice. I would do the same.
That's a reaction. I can't do that until something hits me. Of course, nothing's going to hit me because I'm over here. Okay. Sorry. Mental picture. So, that would fuck everyone. How big is the island again?
The island's only about like 30 feet across.
Well, this
And it's like roughly
that wouldn't fuck everyone.
like a 30-foot diameter circle, basically.
Yeah. Okay.
They're pretty much all clustered up. Like Lorha,
Yeah.
the Chull, and Welch are like forming a triangle at the moment of grappling. And Theodora is like right up on.
So
on
that
Lorha.
would be bad if I did that to them. Why didn't I take Grasp of Hadar? Regret. I'm using my free action to feel regret.
Okay, choice.
You could just kill the big crab.
Yeah, go for the crab. We got to get him out of here anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do. I'm gonna do the first Eldritch Blast to the crab.
Okay.
16.
16 definitely hits. Yep.
That is 7 points of force damage.
All right.
And I'm gonna do the second beam to Theodora,
Okay.
which will be hard to do. Let's see, that's so 17 plus 8.
Yeah, that hits.
Yep.
Okay,
25.
cool. I'm like, what are numbers?
It's all
And
right.
that's max damage. That's 10.
So
All
that's-
right. So
No, wait. Heavy armor. Yeah, no, that's 10 points of damage.
yeah, because it's force damage, not
Yeah.
So you take 10 points of force damage. You can make a Wisdom saving throw.
Fuck, yeah, again.
Oh, did I do a good?
How much?
8.
All right, you are still under the control of the Aboleth.
Let's keep hitting you, I guess. And can I actively, I don't know if this counts as an action or not, but can I try to maintain like where the aboleth is in the water?
You can. Why don't you give me a perception check?
Okie doodles. That's a 6 plus 15 is a probably.
Yes, 15 plus 6, 21.
Yeah.
You can still sort of see like a darker, it is black water, but there is a darker black where the aboleth is.
Vant black. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll
You can just see
keep
its
an eye
vague
on it.
outline under the surface of the water.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Welch.
All right, I'm gonna try to finish off this big crab. First
All right.
attack, 26.
That absolutely hits.
Yep. 10 points. Ooh, these turquoise dice. 10 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Ooh. So when people like crack the tail off a lobster? Yeah, there's this like horrible squealing sound as you rip apart this chull.
Yep. And then I'm gonna do a spinning back fist to Theodora and be like, "Come on off it now!" 24 to hit.
Yeah.
5 points of damage.
2 points of damage then.
That magical bludgeoning. I'll just spin around back.
I don't think it's still bludgeoning. Give me a second.
The heavy armor master?
Yeah.
I mean, it's up for you.
While you're wearing heavy armor, no, non-magical weapon. Yeah, no, that's 5 damage.
Does she get to make another save?
She does. As well, she like backhands Theodora.
5 points of damage.
Yeah, so 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and then you can repeat
So
your
red
wisdom
dice
save.
is only fucked me, so 16.
All right. So as you get like backhanded and see stars, your brain clears.
I will fuck that thing up.
Yeah.
I see he's back.
So my leap by itself is. Look at my notes real quick. So if I jump 18 feet, can I reach the dark spot?
Oh, like to just
Or just
jump
swim
down
out 20?
into the...
I can either swim out. Yeah, can I swim out 20 feet to the aboleth?
Don't do that.
Yeah, or you can leap out.
Yep.
It's probably
I'm going towards it, and so as I leap, I'm just gonna, with my bonus action, I'm gonna do my flurry of blows at it. I'm just flying down with 2 strikes.
all right.
Oh my God.
17 to hit the aboleth.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. That does. Hit.
Okay. 8 points of magical bludgeoning,
All right.
and then, God, this turquoise dice.
Go.
22 points, or 22 to hit. Sorry,
Yes, 22 points.
I wish.
Yes.
So that was 8 points of magical bludgeoning, and then 22 to hit, and that delivers 7 points of magical bludgeoning.
All right. So we've got 15 in all. I just gotta switch pens because I think mine
Yeah.
out of ink. So 15. All right, so you splash down into the water, and it's because it's probably only like 5 or 10 feet beneath the surface.
Yeah.
As
I
you start,
leap like
yeah,
up in
and
the air.
you're like on its back, right underneath the water, just wailing at this kind of like whale shape.
I do. You guys ever see Kung Fu Hustle? I'm doing Buddha palm. 1 key point for stunning strike on the first.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw DC 13. This thing's fat.
If this works, I'm gonna yell and I'm gonna have to mute myself.
No. So, because it's got a whopping big bonus to its con save.
Yeah.
So yeah, because that's. But it still just barely made it.
Okay.
Low dice roll.
Yes,
That's my turn.
slippery.
That's my turn. So yeah, I'm engaged with this thing, and I'm just like starting to crack down on it.
Okay.
Here we go.
This dice is being so good to me. It hasn't rolled below a 10.
All right, so it is going to. It does a couple of things. One of its tentacles like lashes out at you.
Okay.
And that's only a 14 to hit, so I don't think that's gonna do it. And then it's like swimming, propelling itself towards the shore. So you will get attack of opportunity.
Great. The ride had to end sometime. 10.
Oh no.
Yeah, so you miss it as it sort of just like jets through the water, leaving you out in the middle. And it sort of erupts near shore, and from sort of like 10 feet back, 2 tentacles lash out at Theodora and Lorha.
Oh my god.
And not very great dice rolls. That's only an 11 on Lorha, so that's not going to hit. And then an 18 on Theodora.
Oh.
No. So its tentacles just like batter at you. And that's its turn. So it's still like in the water, right? But it's like partially above it as its tentacles reach out. And it's, it's a couple of feet offshore. So you'd have to get in the water to go up to melee with it.
Can I
That's its turn, and now it's Theodora's turn.
Can I like swim out to it in a turn?
You can, yes.
I'm still.
So it's not far enough off. So even though the swimming, although you have heavy armor on, correct?
It's mithril heavy armor.
Okay, all right, cool.
So rules wise, it doesn't specifically say, but it does say that mithril armor is super light and stuff.
Yeah. No, that's fine. So I'll need you to make a athletics check to swim out to it.
I can do this. That is 22.
Okay, so you swim out into the water.
Fucking ready to mess that thing up. So I'm close enough to hit it.
Yep.
I would like to take my action search.
Okay.
First attack with my silver longsword. Natural 1.
All right.
Next attack.
Yep.
That is 13.
13 does not hit.
That's why we did an action search. Are you kidding me? Another 13. Switching to the other dice. 9. I'll go fuck
So
myself.
you're just like waving the sword around.
Wow, what a disaster.
All right. All right, so it's Lorha's turn.
Okay. I think I was drunk when I picked my spells. So we're starting from a good spot.
You actually were drunk when you picked your spells.
Yes. No, really.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
legit. I'm 100% sure that I was.
Yeah.
So, what the hell was I thinking? I wasn't. I'm gonna take out this. This is stupid. I'm gonna take out a little gem that I have. I'm gonna mumble something under my breath, and the aboleth needs to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 15.
Okay.
This is like all I have.
It actually fails.
Really? Oh,
What does it do?
Okay.
What does it do?
so
It's dead.
dies.
The disintegration ray.
So the aboleth is blinded for 1 minute.
Okay.
Okay.
And boy, I definitely thought it did damage, but it doesn't. It's blind. So
Hey,
Okay.
if it actually,
But it's blinded for a minute.
yep.
Hmm.
You can and then at the beginning, I believe it said the creature can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turn,
Okay.
ending the effect on a success.
Okay. Good. So since it's blinded, attacks against it will have advantage. And I forgot as well, it didn't matter, but Theodora, where you're swimming, because you have to go.
I kind of latched onto it and kind of tried to wail on it.
Yeah, you're swimming, so it's pretty similar to like if you don't have a swim speed, you actually have disadvantage on attacks.
They all have water breathing though. Doesn't that give you a swim speed equal to
Does
your...
water breathing? If water breathing gives you a swim
me double
speed,
check.
I don't know if it does.
It might
I
just
think
be
it
for
does.
me.
Yeah.
Because I know I get it.
I don't think water breathing does. We just did
It does not.
Yeah.
It does not. The invocation does for me personally, but you guys can just breathe.
Yeah. All right. But so it is blind, so that will give advantage on attack rolls.
Okay.
And it's Bliss's turn.
Hey, what's up? What am I gonna do? I don't know, Sam.
Eldritch
Let's
Blast.
see. No, something different. Something different. I'm just debating what order I want to do them in.
That's fair.
This one does. I'm gonna cast Ray of Frost
Okay.
on it. Advantage, you said?
Yes, absolutely.
That is a lot. 16 plus 8.
Yeah, that hits. That'll
Yeah. Okay, so that's... Let's see here. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11... 12 points of damage, and its speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of my next turn.
Okay. So this ray of frost hits it, and you can see it visibly sort of slow down as the frost kind of encompasses it. All right. Welch.
Yes.
You have to swim back over to catch up to it.
I will now swim back over now. So you have to be swimming to melee attack it. Is that the gist of its position?
Yeah. There's not enough depth underneath you to stand.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to. Can I just swim to land? I'm gonna start chucking stuff at it.
And it is. I mean, it is a large creature. If you did, the same for Theodora. If you wanted to, use one of your attacks to essentially do a grapple, but like to mount it, right? Like to climb on a larger creature, you could do that, and then you're standing on it.
10 to grapple it. I don't know. It's contested. It might fail.
Yeah. And it does.
So I'm like, that's my first attack. Yeah. And then the follow-up attack has advantage because it's blinded, so that's a lot. 24 to hit.
Oh yes, absolutely.
5 points of magical bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then with my bonus action, it's gonna ignore me. I have no way to draw a tire. I'm just gonna do first actually, once that hits, I'm gonna do stunning strike.
Okay.
Constitution saving throw DC 13.
So it's got +6 to its con, but I rolled a 5, so
Yes!
so it's actually stunned.
That's amazing.
Oh my god! I'm so lucky on these. Holy shit! So one more key point. I'll have one left after this. Unarmed flurry of blows.
Yep.
So that's it with advantage. So 18 to hit.
Yes.
8 points of magical bludgeoning. Just checking for a crit. 18 to hit.
Yep.
6 points of magical bludgeoning. So I'm just like,
yeah. Yeah, and it's like rubbery flesh. You can feel it impacting. And it's stunned, so it's its turn. And so it's still stunned. Again, this works out really well because you're on opposite ends of the order from each other. So it's stunned on its turn.
Use everything you got, guys. Everything.
Yeah. So Theodora, because it's stunned, you really don't it'll automatically fail its strength check. So you can basically just give up one of your actions to climb up onto its back and not have to worry about swimming.
Question.
Yes.
Can I light a bomb or alchemist fire underwater?
You can't light it underwater unless you have a source of magical flame that will burn underwater. What's that?
Prestidigitation.
That doesn't create fire.
No, but it can light things on fire.
Can it?
Yeah. You instantly light a snuff out a candle, a torch, or small campfire.
Okay, so what is it that you're trying to ignite?
I want to take my bomb, shove it down its throat, and like light it on fire inside. Like stuff it as far down its throat as I can, and light the bomb.
Sure. So I mean, like it's partially out of the water. So like you just like lighting a bomb, and like whether you put it in its mouth or on it, like whatever the bomb does for damage. So the flavor I don't mind, and mechanically yes, you can do this.
But like it will just deal bomb damage.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, a bomb does bomb damage.
No, like my point was that's fair. Then I'll just whack it. Like then it makes more sense.
Yeah, everything else is just flavor.
More
right?
damage for me to shove a bomb down his throat. Then it was cool and dramatic, but
yeah, well, it's cool and dramatic, but it's flavor, right? So it's totally cool to do it. Mechanically, it's going to work the same.
Oh, that's fair. Like, and you say I have advantage?
Yeah, because it's stunned. But I think the bomb, unless you're like have to throw it, I mean,
no. Like I'm just gonna hit it with my sword. Like,
oh, okay, all right.
Like a bomb does not deal more damage than my sword. Mm-hmm. I'm a level fighter.
Hit it.
Also, it would hit the rest of us if I threw the bomb.
Right.
Hit it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna whack it. Repeatedly with my sword.
Okay.
Wait, no, I'm gonna hit it. I'm gonna latch onto it and then I'm gonna whack it so that if it starts swimming again, then I'm holding onto it.
Yep. Okay. So so you just swap out one of your attacks for grabbing up onto it. Yep.
Fucking finally, 26 to hit.
There you go.
And I would like to do a goading attack.
Okay.
It has to do a DC 15 wisdom check, and if it fails, it gets disadvantage on attacks against anyone but me until the end of my next turn, I think. Give me a second.
It succeeded.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, you got 20-something.
Damage.
You get 20-something on it. How much damage?
Yeah. But like, I still get the bonus damage of a goading attack.
Yes.
That is 11 damage.
Okay.
Silver damage.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Lorha. It's still stunned. It's kind of floating there. Yeah.
It's still stunned, but there's two of us on it now, and they're...
Yes. Well, Welch and Theodora are sort of like grabbed onto it and stabbing.
How large is an aboleth?
It is size category large.
Okay, so would I be able to cast something that has a 5-foot radius without hitting those two, while still hitting it?
Yeah, because you could position it. It takes up a bunch of squares. Yep.
Excellent. So Lorha's going to start mumbling something and sort of drawing some symbols in the air with her hands, and she's going to cast Moonbeam.
Yes!
Yeah.
And
nice.
this silvery beam of light starts to shine down on top of it, and it needs to make a con saving throw. DC 16.
If only you had call lightning.
We are fucked because your druid didn't plan ahead.
No call lightning. Yes.
I didn't see it. What was it?
One.
It was a natural one.
So
okay,
lucky.
Okay. Okay. What do I do? Okay, there it is. I wasn't expecting that. Fuck you, dice. You take 6 radiant damage.
Okay.
Yep.
And
all right, but it's still up on it, so burning down. Okay.
Yeah, that's 1 minute.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I drop. I have to drop Guardian of Nature for this. So
right, because it's a concentration. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Bliss.
Okay.
The stun locked aboleth.
That's right.
Just looking at this damn aboleth, and he's like, Okay, fine, son of a bitch, whatever. I'm gonna cast Witch Bolt at 4th level.
Okay.
There it is.
Is it still at advantage?
Yeah, because it's stunned till
Cool.
the beginning of Welch's turn. Or
You
end of
double the
Welch's turn.
die on double the die on a crit, right?
You do. You
8d12
Oh my god!
lightning.
It. Oh,
Oh.
8d12.
I don't have enough D12 out for this. Okay. 8 D12. Here's the first 4. Where'd the other one go? I've lost it. Where did you go? I'm all flustered. That's 11, 15, plus 9. Oh, I didn't use the other one. I only have 3. I can't do math. I have to write it down. I'm a
doing
little.
great.
Woo, woo.
Breed, you're doing great.
we
So you're
can help you. We can help you.
You're at 24 with those 3, so roll one more.
Okay. 12.
36, so roll
Nice.
4 more.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see here. 11 to 5 and
D4. Mm-hmm.
5.
59 points of lightning damage.
Oh yes, that's boss.
It's looking rough. It's got like this moonbeam is like burning it like on one end, but like this lightning that just slammed into it. There's like it's charred and cracked and it's crispy on the outside.
Dinner is served.
Yeah, this smell is wafting up. And Welch, it's your turn. As the stun-locked aboleth is like bobbing there in the water, and like the outside has like split like an over-barbecued sausage.
Right.
Yeah.
19 to hit, which we've established hits. 6
Yes.
points of bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then
Woo.
18 to hit.
Yep.
5 points of magical bludgeoning.
you have
Okay.
more key points.
I have one more, buddy.
You're gonna stun it.
1 key point to stunning strike.
Yes.
It's no way it's gonna.
All right. No, and it's looking super. Let's see. Son of a.
It's stunned.
Yes.
As it rolls its second nat 1 in a row on a Constitution saving throw.
And then, so that's I did the damage for the first 2 strikes. My martial arts free bonus attack is just going to be send 19 to hit and then 6 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
All right, so
What a comeback, y'all. What a
so
comeback.
so tell me, Welch, to borrow a phrase, how do you want to do this?
Ah!
How about that's what you get for charming my friends? And I just punch my big old turtle fist through its skull. Roll them eyes.
All right. So yeah, and then like the body sort of just like starts sinking beneath the waves.
I'm gonna surf it.
Yeah. It's sort of like
can you
beach.
hold on to that for me? I'd like to look at it.
Sure.
Yeah, it sort of beaches like a beached whale.
Yeah, just push it up on the beach.
Yeah.
All right.
Shit. Ooh, that got dicey. Dicey.
I have 61 hit points left.
Yeah, you guys didn't really take much in the way
Anything.
of much in the
Oh
way.
yeah,
of
but it was like
okay, I did.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
like the
Laura
threat.
did.
It was
I
like
took
a threat.
90 points of damage there, so.
Yeah.
Fine, I
Actually-
heal tokens.
It
No,
was
I
the
took
threat
100.
of like how far south
Really?
things could have
Oh,
went.
wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't
she was
realize
getting-
Laura took that much.
Because
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Chull had gotten a bunch.
Yeah, and the Guardian of Nature gives me 10 extra hit points, and I cast that twice, and I got those got taken away real quick.
Yeah. And it was like the threat if like Miss Bliss went charmed. It was like the threat of it all.
Yeah, it was not. I was starting to get real nervous as soon as my health went yellow. I was like, oh shit.
If I had gotten charmed, one of y'all would have gotten blight.
That would
Oh my god.
Yeah.
that would have been bad.
All right. So back on the island, once you take time, and I know you'll want to search some stuff, but just what you have, the treasure hoard piled around the Kuatoa god idol. There's 3,300 copper pieces, 670 silver, and 350 gold. Just for your own benefit, those boots are boots of elven kind.
Yeah, I thought so.
And when you root around in the mess of stuff, you come across an arcane inscribed amulet that you recognize as a control amulet that are used for shield guardians. You had heard through the grapevine, because of other adventurers exploring in Undermountain, that there is a shield guardian that was found on the first level of the dungeon complex, but that no one had found the control amulet for.
Wow.
And I have a slot control gem.
And you have a slot
Oh
control
god.
We are gods.
gem.
Off to level 1 we go.
Some boots of elven kind. I know
Look
this
at
is
the
a
boots.
one.
I mean,
Well,
whatever.
Yeah.
and you can always decide, and it's probably best that you can decide after, because
Yeah.
while this is wrapping up, we do, depending on what you're playing, if you come back with the same character for one of the other levels, any of the items and equipment you've found in Undermountain are still fair game that you have in addition to what you
Okay.
started with.
Oh, okay, cool.
Good to know.
Welch
Good
has
to
no
know.
interest in those boots. I'll just say that. He doesn't care about sneaking around.
I would like the amulet, please.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have no interest in any of these. Are there any pretty interesting plants here that I can take?
Yeah, and of course there is woven into that net that's on the Otyug's decorative cape. There's all kinds of they don't have any monetary value, but there's all kinds of shells and bits of interesting bone, and they've been carved and decorated by the Kuatoa. So there's lots of interesting natural artifacts. And there are indeed some weird fungal plants and things like that growing around the island.
I'm going to take a handful of all that stuff that has
Yeah.
no monetary value.
I feel like Theodora has earned a new pair of shoes. If she doesn't get the boots of Elvenkind, she's gonna buy a new pair when she comes back to Waterdeep.
Aw.
Yeah, you're welcome to him.
These boots are made for walking. That's just what I do.
Well, back to the I guess in the epilogue, I don't know how we want to do this, but I guess we head back to the Mushroom Forest and make amends.
Yeah, and you know that you basically, now that the Aboleth is taken care of, if you just sail down the river, it exits onto the level 5.
Perfect.
Right.
Wow, that was a lot of fun.
That was
All right.
wild.
I've
So
never
that-
done that much damage.
That was
So
awesome.
Absolutely. So that is a great place to wrap, since you've cleared the Aboleth out of the level, which is good. In the epilogue, if the Aboleth had not been stopped, eventually the Aboleth would have taken control over this whole level and started spreading its malign influence to higher levels above it, potentially taking over the drow that have levels above it, and eventually its sights were set on Waterdeep.
Good God.
And it's an Aboleth, so it can take over regular people, 3 people a day that it can take over.
That's terrifying.
They once had an empire, a
Yes.
sovereignty.
All right, so that is a good place. So we will go around and let our wonderful players give shout outs to anything they have to promote, and to let us know what their favorite moment of the session was. And so my thanks to everyone wonderful players. It was a blast to play with you fine folks. And it is our players that make all of this valuable. Anyone watching, if you're interested, we still got many dungeon levels left to cover. We're doing up through level 21, running until the end of May. So we still got 2 months left of Dungeon of the Mad Mage here on Variant Rolls. Get in touch with us. Follow us on Twitter. We put signups out pretty regularly. So if you send us a message, we'll be sure to get you signed up for something in the future. I will be back later tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern with the return of Invisible Sun, a surreal game of fantasy using the Invisible Sun system from Monty Cook Games. So we will be back to that tonight, which will be fantastic. And we've got more Dungeon of the Mad Mage next week. We've got a couple of new dungeon levels starting. Crime Nat is starting a level on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Eugenio, I think, is wrapping his, or it's the second week, on Wednesday at 8 Eastern. And Kyle, Technoscald on Twitter, will be starting a new dungeon level on Saturday afternoon in this time slot. So that's our announcements. Follow us, Patreon, links, all that stuff below. So I will turn it now over to everyone. And why don't we start with Matthew?
Hey, that's me.
There it is.
I'm Matthew, and I'm Matthew W. Foreman on Twitter. The W stands for Welch. No, it doesn't.
Dun dun dun.
I am the dungeon master for a show called The Ghost of the Machine on Wednesdays, 7 p.m. Central. It's a crazy cerebral show about memory, identity, and magic. And I come here on and play on stuff a lot, and that's where you've seen me. That's my whole life. I have nothing else. And I had a really great time here and loved grappling stuff. And thanks so much for running Dan, and thank you, players, for being awesome.
Absolutely. And your favorite moment?
Oh yeah, my favorite moment. I'm gonna be selfish here.
That's entirely fair.
Stunning strikes off. Two on the Aboleth.
That was good.
Yeah, that was pretty epic, pretty clutch. That definitely changed the tempo. Perfect. Let's go up to Allison.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Ali Valk on Twitter. It's actually pronounced Falk, but nobody in America gets German pronunciations of V. Yeah, I don't do a whole lot of interesting stuff at the moment. Mostly I'm very, very busy trying to get my bachelor thesis done. It's about designing video games with queer representation in mind. I'm also making a video game as part of that thesis. I might even get some gameplay footage out this week. Who knows? But if you are knowledgeable about queer representation in an academic context or game design in general, please do feel free to reach out to me.
Excellent. And your favorite moment?
I'm kind of torn between Welch's lobster suplex or had we gotten to bum rush through 18 troglodytes, that would have been my favorite moment.
Excellent. Sam.
Hello, that's me. My name is Sam. Samtastic with 3 M's. I hate that I just did that. I've never done that a day in my life. I stream the video games on the Twitch, same handle, and I yell a lot on Twitter, same handle. Yeah, video games, and mental illness, and how they all intersect and do things. That's my thing. Yeah. Favorite moment was probably Lorha talking to her new little rat friend and the rat family. Also, Loki doing 60 damage to an aboleth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was pretty epic. Excellent. And last but obviously not least, Emma.
Hello. Thank you so much. This was super fun. And you can find me at MK Hansen on Twitter. I talk about a lot of D&D stuff and all sorts of other things. And let's see, what's my favorite moment from today? I'm also going to be selfish, and I am tied between my really big wind wall bubble that I put us in. Yeah, and no, you know what? Yeah, it was that moment, or also when we saw the day we saw an aboleth fall. With a ridiculous amount of lightning damage. That was crazy. That was
Excellent.
So
Yes, I think that was pretty great. All right, so thanks everyone for tuning in. Please come back tonight. Chill with some Invisible Sun. I'm sure at least a few of these people will be hanging out in chat as we get up to a surreal party for people who summon demons and angels and spirits. So it should be a good game tonight. So looking forward to it. All right. So thank you everyone, and we will see you all again soon. Bye.